Ozzy Osbourne, whose real name is John Michael Osbourne, born on December 3, 1948, in Marston Green, England, grew up in a working-class family in the Aston district of Birmingham. One of 6 children in a cramped 2-bedroom house, he faced numerous challenges from a young age, including dyslexia, bullying, and even traumatic incidents of sexual abuse. Struggling with mental health, he attempted suicide multiple times as a teenager. He left school at age 15 and worked various jobs before serving time in prison for theft, a sobering experience that made a lasting impression on him. At 14, he heard the Beatles' She Loves You, which sparked his dream of becoming a musician. Ozzy Osbourne had an estimated net worth of $220 million at the time of his demise. He accumulated the impressive sum from his successful career, endorsements, and business ventures. In 1967, Osbourne joined Geezer Butler in a band called Rare Breed, which soon disbanded. Reuniting with Butler, guitarist Tony Iommi, and drummer Bill Ward, they formed Polka Tulk Blues, eventually evolving into Black Sabbath by 1969. Drawing on horror influences, they cultivated a heavy, ominous sound that helped shape heavy metal. Osbourne's eerie voice and Iommi's guitar-defined albums like their 1970 self-titled debut and Paranoid, which, despite mixed reviews, became iconic. Subsequent records such as Master of Reality and Sabbath Bloody Sabbath pushed the band to global fame, with the latter earning praise from both fans and critics. Despite their success, internal conflicts and substance abuse caused friction. Osbourne briefly left in 1977 before returning for their final album with him in that era, Never Say Die. The sessions were chaotic due to excessive drug use. By 1979, Sabbath had grown tired of Osbourne's erratic behavior and fired him. Osbourne argued that his vices were no worse than the others, but his frequent clashes with Iommi and declining reliability sealed his fate. Ronnie James Dio replaced him, though Dio himself acknowledged Ozzy's crucial role in the band's rise. Over the years, the band reunited multiple times, notably for the reunion album in 1997 and again for their 2013 farewell project, 13. Their final performance together came in Birmingham in 2017. Osbourne's post-Sabbath years were tumultuous. He sank deeper into addiction until music manager Don Arden signed him to Jet Records and sent his daughter Sharon to help. Sharon soon became Osbourne's partner in life and business, guiding his solo career. After failed attempts at forming a supergroup, he founded Blizzard of Oz, enlisting guitarist Randy Rhoads, bassist Bob Daisley, drummer Lee Kerslake, and keyboardist Don Airey. Their debut album, Blizzard of Oz, became a massive success, marking Osbourne's solo breakthrough. Although Rhoads was celebrated as a co-founder, Daisley insisted the group had been built before Rhoads joined. Still, the chemistry between Osbourne and Rhoads was undeniable, and the album went multi-platinum. He followed with Diary of a Madman in 1981, another fan favorite featuring Rhoads. But tragedy struck in 1982 when Rhoads died in a plane crash, leaving Osbourne heartbroken. After a short hiatus, he continued touring with various guitarists and released a live Sabbath covers album, Speak of the Devil. Bark at the Moon came in 1983 with Jake E. Lee on guitar, reaching gold and eventually triple platinum status. The Ultimate Sin in 1986 became another commercial hit despite ongoing struggles with drugs and alcohol. In 1988, Osbourne honored Rhoads with the live album tribute and teamed with Lita Ford on the hit duet, Close My Eyes Forever. That same year, he introduced Zakk Wylde as his new guitarist for No Rest for the Wicked. A tour with former Sabbath bassist Geezer Butler followed, and Osbourne performed at the Moscow Music Peace Festival in 1989. His 1991 album No More Tears yielded hits like Mama, I'm Coming Home, and won a Grammy for I Don't Want to Change the World. Despite announcing retirement from touring, he returned in 1995 with Osmosis, featuring a changing roster of musicians and going double platinum. His 1997 compilation album The Ozman Cometh and the 2001 release Down to Earth, with the single Dreamer, kept his career strong. A live album followed in 2002, and he performed at Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee. In 2003, he survived a serious ATV accident, and during recovery, he and daughter Kelly scored a UK #1 single with a duet of Changes. The 2005 box set Prince of Darkness and covers album Undercover followed, along with a stint as guest judge on the X Factor UK. Black Rain, 2007, reflected a more serious tone. After parting ways with Zakk Wylde in 2009 due to musical similarities to Wylde's band, Osbourne brought in Gus G for live shows and the 2010 album Scream. The single Let Me Hear You Scream and follow-up Life Won't Wait were hits, the latter directed by his son Jack. In 2014, he celebrated his legacy with Memoirs of a Madman, a compilation of music and videos. Reuniting with Wylde in 2017 for a tour, Osbourne also headlined the 2018 Download Festival. That year, he launched his No More Tours 2 World Tour, clarifying he wasn't retiring from performing altogether, just global touring. In 2019, Osbourne featured on Post Malone's Take What You Want, marking his first U.S. top 10 single in decades. That same year, he was hospitalized with a respiratory infection and suffered a fall at home, forcing him to cancel all tour dates. In 2020, he released his first solo album in nearly 10 years, Ordinary Man, produced by Andrew Watt. A nostalgic 8-bit video game called Legend of Ozzy accompanied the release. In 2022, Osbourne dropped another album, Patient No. 9, featuring Zakk Wylde, and made high-profile appearances at the Commonwealth Games and the NFL kickoff. Despite his determination, health issues stemming from a spinal injury forced him to cancel the European leg of his tour in 2023, effectively ending large-scale touring. Still, Osbourne hinted at working on another album and successfully underwent spinal surgery. Rolling Stone ranked him at number 112 on its list of greatest singers. Outside of music, Osbourne left a major imprint on pop culture. The Ozzfest Festival, launched with Sharon and son Jack in the 1990s, generated over $100 million and elevated emerging hard rock and metal bands. Osbourne was the first heavy metal artist to reach $50 million in merchandise sales. He stepped back from headlining in 2005, though Ozzfest continued, including a controversial free-ticket edition in 2007. By 2010, the festival had scaled down to fewer events. His family became household names after the MTV reality series The Osbournes, 2002 to 2005, which became one of the network's biggest hits. Ozzy later appeared in commercials, video games, and even guest-hosted major award shows. His autobiography, I Am Ozzy, released in 2009, led to a planned film adaptation. Jack also produced the 2011 documentary God Bless Ozzy Osbourne. The father-son duo starred in Ozzy and Jack's World Detour in 2016 and participated in other projects like Gogglebox and rock-themed gaming ventures. Controversy followed Osbourne throughout his life. Religious groups accused him of promoting Satanism, claims he refuted by noting his religious beliefs and routine of praying before shows. Infamous for outrageous stunts, such as biting the heads off a dove and a bat, he became a lightning rod for criticism and fascination. The bat incident led to rabies shots, while the dove mishap stemmed from his intoxication at a business meeting. Osbourne's personal life was equally chaotic. In 1989, under the influence of drugs and alcohol, he attempted to strangle Sharon, leading to rehab. She chose not to press charges, and they stayed together. He often acknowledged his failures as a father during his first marriage to Thelma Riley, with whom he had 3 children, admitting he barely remembered his children's early years. With Sharon, he had 3 more children and wrote heartfelt songs for them. In total, he had 6 children. He battled addiction for decades, consuming large amounts of alcohol, prescription medication, and street drugs. Bandmate Tony Iommi and guitarist Zakk Wylde both remarked on the extremity of his habits. Osbourne often performed while sober but binged afterward. His substance abuse led to erratic behavior, canceled shows, and even legal trouble, like the infamous 1982 incident in which he urinated on a cenotaph in San Antonio while drunk and wearing Sharon's dress. In 2003, Osbourne revealed a doctor had over-medicated him with thousands of pills in a year. Though the physician was cleared of wrongdoing, it highlighted the risks Osbourne still faced. Health issues mounted in his later years, including tremors, hearing loss, and emphysema. He was eventually diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome, a condition similar to Parkinson's disease. Despite frequent relapses, he achieved periods of sobriety, including a long stretch beginning in 2013. In 2021, he and son Jack, both in recovery, shared their experiences publicly. As his condition worsened, Osbourne made fewer appearances. On July 5, 2025, he gave a final seated performance in Birmingham due to Parkinson's complications. Over 40,000 fans attended, with millions more watching online. Proceeds went to Parkinson's charities. Just weeks later, he passed away on July 22, 2025, at age 76, surrounded by family. Throughout his career, Osbourne received countless accolades. He won a Grammy, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame both solo and with Black Sabbath, received the Ivor Novello Award for Lifetime Achievement, and was honored with stars on the Hollywood and Birmingham Walks of Fame. In 2025, just before his death, the original members of Black Sabbath were named Freemen of the city of Birmingham. His final band included longtime collaborators Zakk Wylde, Rob Blasco Nicholson, Adam Wakeman, and Tommy Clufetos. Together, they upheld the legacy of a man who defied the odds. Ozzy Osbourne was more than a rock icon. He was a survivor whose chaotic journey left an unforgettable imprint on music and culture alike. And with that, thanks for watching. Give us a like, share with friends, and please subscribe.